Photon Moment 6, Sample Packaging, Labeling, and Sealing, all important tasks related to the collection, preservation, and transportation of a sample, maintaining the sample integrity. I will not be discussing chain of custody. Just know that chain of custody is another very important function of sample integrity. Watch Photon Moment 3A for additional labeling procedures and corrections. I found a particle I want to collect and preserve, and I'll show you one method to do that. But first, a brief foundation in packaging, labeling, and sealing to maintain sample integrity. Don't worry, you'll be back shortly, and I promise to wait. Many people working in a scientific laboratory or crime scene processing don't really appreciate the importance of proper packaging and sealing of a sample. Usually a scheme using multi-level packaging is used, starting with the immediate container to secure the sample. The immediate container is placed into intermediate packaging, sealed, and then secured in outer packaging. Now there can be exceptions to this scheme depending upon the sample or the evidence. These are some examples of immediate containers for small samples. The glass screw cap vials, or letter B in the image, microcentrifuge tubes, letter D, adhesive notes, letter E, and glassine bindle, letter F, are commonly used. Be sure to watch episode 3 for more details on packaging and sealing. Immediate containers are placed into an intermediate packaging, such as labeled coin envelopes, sealed, then placed into outer packaging, such as a manila envelope. If the immediate container is a glass vial or a bottle containing liquids, often a metal friction lid can or clean epoxy line can is used as the intermediate package, which often can also double as outer packaging. A coin envelope is less than 5 inches by 8 inches in size, while a manila envelope is equal to or greater than 5 inches by 8 inches in size. The intermediate packaging, often a labeled and sealed coin envelope, is placed into outer packaging, such as a manila envelope, which is common when a coin envelope is used as the intermediate packaging, or a brown paper bag or a clean epoxy-lined paint can, depending on the sample and the intermediate packaging. There are 4 parts for labeling each item: the initials of the person who recovered, packaged, and sealed the sample, the date the sample was recovered, packaged, and sealed, a tracking number, such as a client number or laboratory number, that uniquely identifies the sample from any other sample, and the contents of the container or packaging. This is just an example, using a bindle, of writing the 4 requirements. Remember that each immediate container, intermediate packaging, and outer packaging receives each of these 4 items. The initials of the person recovering, packaging, and sealing the sample, the date the sample was recovered, packaged, and sealed, a unique identifying number, and a description of the sample. Proper sealing of packaging means that there is no access to the sample. This includes no tampering, no loss, no additions to the sample, and no contamination or cross-transfer with another sample that may be similarly poorly sealed. Sealing is crucial to maintaining the integrity of the sample or evidence. The only seal acceptable for sealing a sample or evidence is using easy tear, tamper-resistant tape or clear packaging shipping tape. A piece of tape sufficiently long to cover the entire width of the packaging with enough extra to wrap around to the other side is cut. This tape is placed on the end edge of the fold of the packaging and the large surface of the packaging, as seen in the images. On brown paper bags and manila envelopes, the tape goes across the end edge of the fold and wraps around to the other side of the bag or envelope. Once you've secured the tape To seal the packaging, write your initials 3 times and the date once across both the tape and packaging as seen in these images. The seal is not complete without the initials of the person sealing the packaging and the date that the package was sealed. Whenever possible, I like to write large initials and date on my seals so that if I'm in court, the juror in the farthest seat can see when I'm testifying that I wrote my initials and date on the packaging, they can see that I've written the date and initials on the package. Now let's have a look. I'm using a number 7 tweezer and adjusting the petri dish, holding many particles to make it easier to recover the blue apparent paint chip. I keep the particle in the field of view and move everything else out of or into the field of view, placing the sample onto a glassine paper. See Photon Moment 4 to learn how to fold a bindle. Be sure to subscribe to learn when new videos are added to the channel. Thanks for watching.